The video games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No. What you're about.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Average Giants.
Oh, hello.
I'm covering you.
Crushing your head. I'm crushing your head.
Oh, that's jittery. How fun.
We'll make sure that it's okay.
Can we see you okay?
It's a bit flash.
Oh, look at that jitter.
Whoa.
Look at that jitter. That's
weird.
crazy. Anyway, I am one of your hosts, The Average Gamer. Sitting beside me is some guy that I just met.
Hi. You can call me Giant.
You got that shirt at PAX.
I did. This is the funniest part about the shirt. We got them for free because we were waiting in line for Battalion. What's it?
Battleborn.
Battleborn. Battleborn. When they were selling them for, what, 10, 15 bucks for the first 3 days or 3 3/4 days
Right.
of PAX.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, we got them for free. Anyway, Giant, what are we playing today?
What are we playing? We are playing a super neat game.
A super neat game.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Called Transcendence. It's a top-down space exploration
Boop.
thing. Why is it so jittery?
I think it was just that scene. We'll make sure in a second here, though.
Oh, yeah.
Droop. All right. That's a perfect place for that logo. Thanks, logo.
Just put it lower so that it just covers us completely.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So, yeah, this is Transcendence, and we're going to be getting George in the call. George Moro Misato?
George Moromisato.
Moro Misato?
I'm
Perfect.
sure we said it wrong.
Probably. Let's get him in the call. And he's the one and only developer behind this game, I think.
Pretty sure.
Hey,
Hello.
George.
How are you?
Good, man. How have you been?
Very well, thank you. Looks like your team has grown, I've noticed, since last time I was on.
Yeah. We have definitely grown a smidgen. That is for sure.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. And that's this is the third time we've had you on,
Yes,
which is
it's
crazy to me, which is also awesome and cool. But for the people who haven't seen or heard of Transcendence before, would you mind giving us like a quick synopsis of what the game is and what it's about?
Sure, absolutely. Transcendence for me was always a cross between NetHack and Star Control 2. So basically, it's like this roguelike where you go from star system to star system, instead of from dungeon level to dungeon level, upgrading your ship, getting new weapons, all that. But then cross with Star Control with the kind of top-down Twitch controls, being able to aim and fire, and of course, a bit of a storyline, a space opera, kind of a large space opera story that I personally like.
Mm-hmm. And it's I've just started. We restarted our YouTube channel just last week. And
yeah,
and I've been doing a Transcendence playthrough on there. There is a heck of a story to this. There's a lot of content there, so it's really quite cool.
I'm glad. I'm really glad you like it. It's the story. The story is one of those things that I think is I really enjoy, but it's subtle. Like it's not the kind of game that's on rails where you're going from cutscene to cutscene to cutscene. You pick up the story by going to these different stations, and it's almost you have to almost piece together the story a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really glad that you're enjoying it.
Cool. So I know one thing that we got to do today is you gave us a save game off screen because you wanted to show off something that was a little later in the game.
That's right. That's right. I know in your playthrough you kind of just started right at the beginning, and I thought we might jump right in, kind of essentially to the middle of the game, You've got more power. You've got better weapons available. You should be able to, match anything that's out there. And I'm hoping, we got a good amount of time. I'm hoping you'll get deep enough into the game that you'll start meeting the Commonwealth fleet. Maybe you'll start to do some missions there. We'll see. I don't know if we'll get that far, but we'll see.
That would be cool.
Okay, so it still says we're jumping around on our videos. What the heck is going on today?
I'm not sure. Whisper's having a few issues as well. It might settle itself out, but because before on the other scene it had high CPU usage, this one does not.
Okay.
We haven't even dropped a frame, so.
No lag right now. Okay.
Yeah, that should be more up to the other person's connection.
Oh, good, a cat. Hi,
All right,
cat.
so let's hop in here.
So this is quite the story behind your game, like just in the development sense.
Yeah.
How long have you been working on this for?
Quite a while. The first beta release, the first kind of public release of the game was 2003, so at least 12 years. And
way back when we were failing Technical Institute. Memories.
Yeah, so it's been a while, and it's always been a labor of love, of course. And I think what's really given it legs is that there's so many players who've been mods for it, and a lot of the fun really is in doing a lot of the mods. That's one of the things that I think keeps people playing it, even though I make progress on it actually very slowly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going in, and thankfully my experience has come in handy. Just checking my weapons.
Exactly how far in are we right now that we're seeing?
So if you press the N key, you'll see kind of the galaxy map.
Oh yeah, like right halfway through.
And you're about halfway through the game, so you've got a bunch of level 7 weapons, and you're probably at a level 5 system.
Yeah.
So you should be good enough to kind of take on things in the system without too much worry. But as you get further and further out, it's obviously going to get harder and harder.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be fun. I know the beginning of the game, it's actually kind of hard to stay alive sometimes. I thought it'd be fun to play and see what it's like when you're actually pretty powerful. Not invincible. I think there might be things here that might kill you, but you should be pretty powerful. So you got some good. The howitzer is great. It's low fire rate, obviously, but does a lot of damage. So if you can hit something with it, it'll do it. It's a great base cracker. That's kind of what we would use it for. Mm-hmm. Also got some tracking missiles. You don't have that many, but if you're like basing some capital ships or something like that, a nice tracking missile I think always helps. Or any kind of distance target, anything like that.
Love it. So this game is available on Steam. I know if you get it with all the DLC in that, it's $10 right now.
That's right. That's
yeah.
Right. $9. Yeah, $9.
$9. Yeah. So I was thinking Canadian prices, which they automatically change it for us. They're so nice.
Yeah, it just shows just how crappy our dollar is right now. Yay! So I should ask this, even though I don't know if we should. But what's changed in the last year?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. It's for Steam. One of the things I spent a bunch of time doing is adding space backgrounds. You may not remember, but when you played about a year ago, the space background was just black.
Yeah.
It was basically nothing. And so I spent a lot of time just kind of, upping the backgrounds, making space look a little bit more beautiful. I spent a lot of time on just slightly better effects on some things. The thruster effects and things like that I think are slightly better. I also spent a ton of time just balancing the game, just fixing some of the things that I think first-time players would have trouble with. Steam, it really was the first opportunity to get a lot of people who'd never heard of Transcendence to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried to kind of fix some of the problems and make it as accessible as possible, certainly without losing kind of what Transcendence is all about.
And
I think the neatest thing about putting it on Steam right now, especially with your game, is that you have such a dedicated fan base that
Yes.
who are in chat with us
who are
tonight.
in chat with us right now. They're here for
Yes.
for you, man.
Yes.
And
You know,
just bringing it on Steam. I really hope that it really adds to that pile, or makes it like easier for your fans to follow along with the game.
Yeah, I certainly, I think so far, yes, it's definitely, it's definitely grown the community. So I'm really proud of that. But a lot of the people in chat right now, they're not from Steam. They're like original players from like way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people are saying that
5
they're
years ago, 8 years ago.
7, 8, 9 years they've been playing this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, to me, that's one of the most gratifying things as a game developer, right? Is having like people who just have loved the game for that long. That's honestly one of the things that really makes me want to do this.
Yeah, you don't hear that very often with that much longevity, unless it's like insert large MMO here. Right.
Yeah. And again, I think I count myself lucky. Transcendence, it's a one-person project, so I haven't updated it as much as I would love to be able to update it. And yet still people still love sticking around for it and seeing what new things I add every year. So I'm just very thankful for that. I'm very grateful for that.
Do you still utilize or get ideas from the mods of the modifications that the fans make?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Lately I've been getting a lot of suggestions on balance. Weapon balancing. One of the things is, Transcendence has hundreds of different weapons, and the player can generally, install any of them. And it's I've tried to balance them algorithmically, but that never totally works. You really have to just try every single one against, kind of every n-by-n combination of loadouts to see what's good and what's not good, and that's what the players are great at. They've been giving me some great feedback on things like that.
It's pretty adorable in chat, actually. Assume pseudonym. For all the griping we do about the occasional bug, we love you, George. You really have an incredibly positive community too, which is rare to find on the internet these days, to say the least.
That's another thing I love about the community is it's a very supportive community. It's not it's not a complainer community. They say they complain, but they love the game. They suggest, they don't complain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a community that kind of has fights with each other. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes some communities can get where it's like everyone's trying to prove how much they know about the game or how much they, whatever, trying to put them near.
Yeah.
What I love, exactly, very competitive. What I love about the Transcendence community is, people are very, very just helpful to others. When people come in saying, for the 100th time asking, how do I do X in the game? The community doesn't go, you idiot, it's,
How dare you?
They occasionally answer for the 100th time, here's how you do it.
How do I do that? Check the freaking guide, bruh.
So you're just in the middle of a battle with a slave camp. See if you can dock with once you destroy the central thing. Don't destroy the little containers, because they've got slaves in them which you can rescue. But see if you can destroy the center thing. There you should be able to rescue.
Used to house slaves. 2 men meet you at the airlock. Get out of here. Leave before the slavers return.
Yeah, so you have to destroy the central section.
Oh, I gotcha.
I like the comment from Irist McShrike. He says, I said it's a super fun game with years worth of content. He says, yes, although the updates do help, it changes the meta a lot over time. That being said, if we get another please multiplayer thread, ...
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Ooh.
Yeah, that has been a perennial request. And I would love to do a multiplayer, right? I think the universe is pretty awesome. And I would love to have kind of a multiplayer universe, but it's very hard for me as a
very
one.
difficult.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I have some plans for that, but nothing in the near future. There you go, you got it.
You're a monster, Nick, killing slaves.
Well, I gotta find somewhere friendly.
Well, he also has to show him, who's the boss.
Yay! Now I'm the slaver.
Now you're Tony Danza.
Okay, we're gonna jettison this stuff so we can pick up these slaves.
Like this. Oh wow, he didn't kill all of them. Yeah, good enough. Yeah.
Oops.
We're new to this. Well, you how many hours do you think you put in now? A couple?
Oh, probably 2 or 3. Like not very many.
Not like 17,000 like everyone else.
Yeah, definitely not 9 years worth. It's really cool to see the later on in the game though.
I think somebody's trying to troll you by saying give the slaves to a dominant station, you'll get superpowers. I mean, seems legit.
It's funny because I started off as Domina. Like, you start off from the Domina religion. You go and see their peeps, and they teach you how to fly.
That's right.
But speaking of religion, did the characters and the religions and the races and all that, did they kind of come together over time, or did you just you already had them hashed out before you started?
No, they definitely came over time. I kind of had the main idea, which was, I think, fairly simple idea, but over time it certainly has gotten elaborated and made it, I think, more interesting.
Oh my god, hello cat.
What's your favorite race in the game?
That's a good question. I think deeper in, I think one of my favorite races is the ranks, which have these just giant dreadnoughts that go around shooting things. I've always wanted to do kind of more missions structure around that, and we always talk about with some players about doing some expansions. So I'd love to do one of these days. In this area, the race that I kind of like are the penitents. The penitents, which you fought earlier, who they had kind of that ring of expanding energy that hit you. Those are the guys that there's not a lot about them in the game, but they will end up, I think, being much more interesting as I add more content.
So we're going to request a mission. Thanks for coming. We're always looking for freelancers such as you to help us deal with various security situations. The Outlaw Freighter is taking stolen property out of the system. We can't allow them to profit from their illegal ways. Your job is to make them pay. Clear? If you succeed, I get $8 grand. Sure, why not?
If you make them pay, we'll pay you.
It's a commission thing. Great. Well, program the target in your ship's computer. Remember, you must destroy the freighter before it reaches a Stargate. Let's get him! Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, you reminded me. We were talking about Transcendence a couple days ago, and we're talking about the first time that I played it. I had a ship that did auto, or like a guided.
Which is the green beams that I'm shooting. They track
the guided missiles.
That's right.
And I'm like, yep, sounds about right. I always like it when I don't actually have to worry about where I'm shooting as long as I'm hitting things.
That's actually a good question. How do you introduce like a new type of weapon or a new item into the game? Like, what is the process there?
You mean technically?
Yeah.
In terms of development? So a lot of the game is, obviously just script and metadata. I wrote the engine, but all the content in the game is in this kind of XML format that lets you define weapons by a set of properties. Is it how much damage does it do? Is it omnidirectional? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all defined in just XML files. And of course, that's something that's accessible to modding. So anyone can basically add new weapons by just adding new XML files that define these weapons, whatever new weapon they want. So that's the kind of stuff that I think is pretty cool.
Okay. Let's go clean this place up.
Have you sold a bunch of stuff?
Have I sold?
Just think, I mean, just to clear out your cargo. I don't know. If,
Oh,
I don't
yes.
I've been watching.
I
Yeah,
thought he
okay.
said stole. Have you stole a bunch of stuff yet?
No, I promise. I promise I haven't.
You space pirate. Can you be a space pirate?
You can. You can. You will eventually, I think, get caught. But there are black market. If you join the black market, then you can buy a smuggler's cargo hold, which the Commonwealth can't scan, and that helps you.
So there's also a law system in the game.
Very rudimentary, but yes. If you destroy friendly stations, if you destroy friendly ships, then the next time you dock at a friendly station, they'll try you for whatever the crime is.
Interesting.
It's
It's
cool.
fairly rudimentary. But,
So like you won't get chased down like by space police or anything.
generally, it depends on the station that you kill. There's some stations where if you kill them, like the corporate stations, the corporate people don't like it when you kill their stations. They'll send a cruiser after you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on kind of who you piss off.
Don't piss off the space mafia.
Yeah, yeah, they do send bounty hunters after you. Yeah, right.
So you got to watch out for the space mafia and go into space jail.
Yeah.
Nice.
At least I'm not
Space-
doing Space Australia references.
Oh, you got a gem.
Oh, sorry. You got a witch?
That gem. I'm a little bit delayed, but the gem that you picked up a little bit ago, that's if you use that with the U key, that's something that you can well, don't use it yet, but because I don't think it tells you what it is, but that's something that has a certain bit of power.
So there are some very rare items in the game that you've...
Yes. Yeah.
Has there been any items that have yet to be found?
In 12 plus years.
In 12 years, yeah.
No, I don't know. There's some. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't upload a lot of that information to my server. There are some very, very rare items. Like somewhere around here, there's, I believe, the Pioneer 10 space probe is mined as kind of an artifact, as kind of a museum piece. I think that's very, very rare. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Funny.
I suspect people have found it, but I don't know. Yeah, there are definitely some super rare items.
What did you have? Fuel.
Oh yeah, so
Always good with fuel.
we always ask this question. So
Okay, getting out of
for the
here.
people that don't know, how much does the game cost?
We already talked about that.
On Steam it's $9, and it basically comes with 2 of the expansion packs. But you can go to my website, or chronosaur.com or transcendence.chronosaur.com, and you can basically download just the core game, which doesn't have a lot of the content, but it has a boatload of content for free. So you can just get the basic game for free, and if you feel like you like it, you enjoy it, please go ahead and buy it. Buy it from my site if you want, or buy it from Steam, whichever.
That's cool. How stressful was it porting a game onto Steam that... did you have to change anything? Like, considering you've been doing so much of it, well, everything on your own for so long, was there like a bit of a transition there?
It was a little bit. I mean, technologically it wasn't too hard. The one thing that was slightly technologically hard is I had to change I was using a very old version of DirectX, which the Steam code wasn't playing nice with. So I had to kind of upgrade that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it actually worked pretty well. It's the system they've got is actually pretty decent. It wasn't too hard.
Oh, okay. So it's been quite a while since we last talked to you, and I'm not sure if the Transcendence movie came out yet.
It may not have.
How did that do have any effect?
You know, I definitely, like that month where the movie was actually out, I saw a bunch more hits to my site, like maybe double the number of hits to my site. And almost all of them were, from Transcendence, the movie. People looking at, searching for Transcendence.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I was hoping that it wouldn't cause your game to be drowned out.
No, for sure not. It's thankfully it really wasn't. So I think that worked out. I think people, people discover the game usually through things like this, right? I mean, people watching you guys, or mostly word of mouth and that kind of stuff. So thankfully it didn't really affect it. And I own the trademark for Transcendence.
Oh, really?
In the video game realm, so
they'll have to go through you if they want to make a Johnny Depp movie or Johnny Depp video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Although it's mostly, I mean, the way those things work is almost always, it's just better to have it because then they can't force me to not use it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of those things where they could, if I didn't have the trademark, they would be like, hey, you can't use that name.
Yeah, we're using it.
That would suck.
So that's good.
You got two. You got two of these.
I know, and my shields are down.
Yeah, you're okay. Your armor's pretty good.
So, one thing, did you add more starter ships? I noticed at the beginning of my playthrough, I didn't remember there being quite so many.
No, that's totally right. So the Steam version, because it bundles some of the expansion packs, one of the expansion pack comes with basically 3 new starter ships, which have just different properties. So that's I think what you're remembering.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Wolfen gunship.
Yes, obviously very fast and deadly. Harder to control, so it depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
They have different players who a bunch like the Wolfen, and then a bunch like, believe it or not, the exact opposite, the Freighter.
Yeah.
It's carries more cargo, and you don't have to aim.
I do wish I had more cargo. I won't lie there.
But the thing about the Wolfen is you can upgrade. You can't get as big as the Freighter, but you can definitely get a cargo expansion for the Wolfen.
Yep, no, that's very true. I believe I might have one on there.
Oh,
Remember,
cool.
I was looking at one.
I was supposed to say, you're like doing no damage to them. Now you are.
Yes. I don't have any room in my...
Oh, he looks like a piece of one. Burn him! Oh, sorry.
No room in my cargo right now, so I'm really just... I'm cleaning up the galaxy at this point.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like, this is kind of how I usually play. I just kind of clean up everything, see what there is, loot what I can find, sell what I've got. Mm-hmm. You've got good armor, so normally that wreck is radioactive, and the thing you just fought used radioactive missiles. And so if you had armor that was not quite as good, you'd actually get irradiated at some point.
Good.
And then you go to a station and get decontaminated. But plenty of people get killed by radiation.
Travel the universe.
Damn it.
Meet exciting new people and kill them.
My armor is too advanced for this backwater station.
Those idiots.
Right? That's okay.
There's other places.
We'll deal.
If while you're here though, see if you can get some more missiles.
Oh yes, right.
I don't know if they sell them, but they probably do.
Is there an end game?
There is, although it basically it ends this chapter, and then the next part, which I haven't yet finished, continues the story. But yes, you get to the last system, and there's a whole bunch of missions, and it reveals a lot more about the story. And then
That's cool.
Then you gotta wait until the next part.
Well, what the hell, George? What have you been doing?
I know. This year, and I haven't done as much. Haven't gotten as far as I wanted to. My players know this, but it's.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
I've been working on part two, to get that, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to take me a while to get it done, but it's going to be fun. In part two, you basically leave human space and now start meeting some of the alien races that populate the galaxy, and you learn more about who this Domina person is and why she's calling you and what's going on out in the galaxy and what's humans' role in all of this. So there's a lot more going on that I can't wait to do.
Oh, you just answered one of my other questions.
People are gonna get to the end. They're like, "Oh man, all I got was 20,000 hours out of this game. Jeez, not to wait for the next one. What a ripoff!" Yeah, like I was saying before, like I think the longest I ever played any game was 5 years, and that was that text-based RPG that we played.
What's that?
Wow, I played a lot longer than you then.
I still managed to put over 5,000 hours into one character, so I mean.
Yeah, I definitely played a lot more.
Yeah, you played further into the 2000s than I.
It was a text-based RPG where, like a MUD, where.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's actually where I met Whispered, who is now my wife. Oh, right.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thanks. Launcher.
It was a fun game.
It's. I think the indie game space has just changed so much. I think in the last 5-6 years, right? I mean, there's just so many great indie games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I think it is hard. I mean, I rarely play any game for more than a month or so, a couple months. Which again is why I'm just so thankful that I have some of these longtime players.
I can definitely agree with that. I mean. We talk to developers every week, so it's really rare for me to find games that, like, not to say I don't enjoy them. I enjoy all the games and all the show or every episode that we have, but it's really hard to find a game that I'll play for more than that week a lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of the games that we play, they are only meant to really hold you for an hour or two. Sometimes we get big games.
Oh, enemy ships.
Like, let's see, I think the most hours I put on any game that we've had on the show is Legend of Dungeon.
Oh, okay.
I think that's about 70 hours, which isn't that much.
Brawlhalla maybe for me?
Brawlhalla for me is up to about 16 hours.
Wow.
So yeah, the games that we play, like we whatever we find interesting, we'll invite them onto the show, and I mean, usually there are great games. It's just a lot of them don't have longevity.
Well, a lot of just we have so many options on our plate too.
Yeah, that too.
Which is what George was saying about the whole indie scene right now.
Yeah, in the world of Steam, I have 183 games to choose from. You have what, 360 or something, 370?
Higher.
Wow.
590. I've seen people with over 1,000 Steam games. I mean,
yeah, no, it's crazy. I think for me, for Transcendence, the one of the things that I like, that I think I can do is of course I'm going to have this community that I think is going to follow me around, or at least so far has. But I also think that I also have a bunch of people who basically check in every year or so.
Yeah.
They kind of play the game for a couple months, they really love it, and then a year later they come in and say, hey, what's new? And a year, 2 years, whatever, but they do come back, and that's another thing that I think I can do with the game. I want to make sure that every year those people see that there is something new in the game, whether it's a new expansion or just the core game has better graphics or whatever. But I want them to feel like this isn't the game that it's done, it's out there, and now that's it. It's never going to change. I want people to feel that this is a living game that's constantly getting better, adding content.
You have such a unique story that way, because the only people you share that experience with are like long-term MMOs, like say World of Warcraft, where people check in every expansion to see kind of what's new and updated. But I'm sure you tell that to any of the other devs we have on the show, and they're probably just mind is blown. You've been working on this for how long? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. How do you make a community like that?
And the thing is, I haven't proven the model in the sense that I'm certainly not making enough money out of Transcendence to, like pay all my bills. Although every year is better and better and better. So I haven't proven the model, but I do have this theory that by essentially spending more time on Transcendence, I'll be able to build a larger community that just like sticks with the game, rather than essentially every time I come up with a new game. If I'm a normal developer, every 2 years I have to come up with a new game and essentially rebuild the community. I'm not sure that works for me. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it works with Transcendence, and like I said, so far I'm encouraged with how it's going.
Yeah, I think we've only ever talked to one other dev that has put in as much time as you have into their game, and it was a game.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. I was so confused for a moment, but yeah, that unfortunately I think that developer he's got too much in his head that he can't get into the code.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
also, he's limited by the game itself.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
He made an RPG.
Yeah, which is hard, which is very hard. If you're trying to recreate Skyrim or whatever, or Fallout, as a single person developer, it's you may not make it.
No, you're really difficult.
Yeah, and I think again that's I'm trying to be cognizant of that with Transcendence. It's a 2D game, mostly because I know 3D just increases the amount of art assets I need and just gets hard for me. I've been trying to make sure that the mechanics and the technology is not beyond my capability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hard balance, but I think so far it's working.
We actually had another game on just recently that we met at PAX. That I can't remember the name of the mech game. Brigador. Where they completely agree with you. The game is very similar, actually. It's kind of it's like Mech Commander, but the art style is quite similar. Where it's 2.5, not 2.5. It's 2D, over the shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they utilize that really well, and I think you guys both share that. And I don't feel that the game lacks anything because it's 2D. I think you've made it a benefit, which is a question that you have to ask yourself, like, how can I turn this limitation into a benefit?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. That is exactly what I was trying to do. Make sure that I don't I can take best advantage of the technology I've got. I'll give you another example. I'm okay doing 3D art of spaceships, but I'm terrible at doing like people or animals or that kind of stuff. So I didn't choose to do an RPG with fighting monsters because I just that's not where my skill is in terms of creating art assets. So and trying to play to my strengths, rather than trying to do everything.
Definitely, and that makes sense. Okay, I think we're done in this system.
I think you are, yeah.
Have you murdered everything?
Oh yes. Well, not the good guys.
Everything that needs to be murdered, yes.
We're space paladins.
They were asking for it.
Yeah, they were coming right for us.
Ooh, don't tell those.
Just thinning the curds. Thinning the curds.
Thinning the curds.
That's.
We're making intergalactic poutine, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Autopilot doesn't work if you're not going.
Engage the disengage, autopilot engaging.
Alright. So the game primarily is set almost like a level system, I find, with the Stargates, where you finish with the level and it's like, okay, I'm good to go through the next gate.
That's right. Very much stolen from NetHack, right? That was kind of a literal interpretation of NetHack. I think it's worked okay, but definitely, I think in part two, I'm looking for ways to kind of break out of that and see how I can do, more branching and non-linear networks. So we'll see.
This is a big one. This is a big one.
Big system.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a big system. Yeah, head for the sun. That's always where all the good stuff is usually.
Fly into the sun. That's the most probably important thing you could do today. Make sure to stare right into the sun too as you fly.
Okay, that sounds great. No shielding up or anything?
You may or
Like
may
that,
not-
what is that movie, Sunshine? You seen
Sunshine was awesome.
that? I love that movie.
We'll put it to 2% that he already has like boils.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a
speaking of
huge
movies,
sci-fi
we got The Force Awakens. I think today, right?
For us, it's coming out this
Thursday night.
Yeah. Well, Friday.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Thursday at midnight.
Yeah.
Which is,
Wow.
it's so perfectly timed for us because on Thursdays we do a tabletop drama, and so
Oh, cool.
yeah, we've been doing a Star Wars one lately, and so we're doing it. We have our Star Wars show the night of the release, so people will be able to come hang out on the channel, watch it there, and then go see the midnight release.
That's pretty cool.
So I heard on the radio today that movie, in order to break even, has to make $1.5 billion.
I bet they have no issue.
Between the movie and the marketing, they have to recoup the costs. They have to make $1.5 billion, which means they will have
they're
to
not
be,
even sweating.
They will have to be the 5th most profitable movie ever to do that.
I'm sure they're not even sweating.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, no, I mean, it's Star Wars. It's not...
And there's a guy on our local radio station who decided that if he made a bet to himself on the radio to say that if Star Wars does not make that $1.5 billion, that he's going to wear a Jar Jar Binks costume for an entire year.
Yeah. I don't think he's got
safe
anything
bet.
to worry about.
Yes, nothing to worry about.
Let's dive down that rabbit hole, George. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh,
Or Babylon 5.
I would never pick each of those. I love them both. I really love them both. I mean, the Star Trek trailer for the new movie just came out also a couple days ago, or maybe today.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
So I love them both. It's like which of your kids do you love more?
That's fair. I'll accept that as an answer. My wife would say Star Trek. She's a huge Trekkie compared to a Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
Giant?
Well, I can straight up say that I've seen more Star Trek movies than I have Star Wars movies.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
That's about it. Like, I can say that I've watched the Star Wars movies once each.
Actually, growing up, I would have said straight up Star Wars. And I only ever watched Deep Space Nine for Star Trek, but as I grew up and became an adult in that, I think I started enjoying the Star Trek more just because it had a little more maturity and blah 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 blah.
Yes.
But that's not to say I don't like my Star Wars. I like that they have the same director doing both series now. I wonder what would have happened if you'd told them that 30 years ago.
Oh my god, I know.
I'm sure there'd be a lot of arguments
Right?
on IRC chat boards.
Well, I am curious. I mean, I love J.J. Abrams, but I'm definitely curious to see what he's going to do with Star Wars.
I want to
Yeah.
see how much lens flare he's going to use. That's like the ultimate question: is how much lens flare.
It's going to be
That's-
something different this time.
That's why he's perfect for both
Cloverfield with
series.
shaky cam, for Star Trek it's lens flare. I think he's going to come up with something new.
Yeah.
gonna-
He's going to
Yeah.
use
Shaky
slightly
lens flare.
more Dutch angles.
Yeah.
He loves
Shaky lens flare explosions.
he loves his Dutch angles.
All right, what this guy? You're pretty low, so be careful.
Phew. Alright, what can I take from you, Beluga?
Oh, you got it.
Shrike says, my first movie memory was being taken out of the special edition screenings of A New Hope, I think, as a kid because I wouldn't stop screaming.
Oh, this is gonna age me, but I didn't... Those were in theaters when I was in junior high. I went
Yeah,
to
me-
go see those with a friend of ours.
at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
No, A New Hope.
No.
1977.
No, the remaster. Of New Hope
Remasters.
of 4, 5, 6.
The remasters.
Yeah, this is how much you know.
When they added all
Trying
the
to call me on shit,
When
and you
they-
get called on shit
when
yourself,
they-
you
when they-
dickhead.
When they added all the CG stuff,
Yeah.
just for. Wait, no, I didn't watch that one yet. I was gonna say, I'm gonna get my girlfriend to watch the Red Letter Media episode 1, 2, 3 reviews, the Plinkett reviews.
Oh, yeah, right.
You watched the Titanic one.
Oh, that was an Earth slaver. Ah.
Earth Flavor?
Slaver
Slaver.
in the game.
Here's my puppy.
Hey, look at the doggy!
Aww.
What a lovely
What
beard.
are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Hi guys, what's going on here? Am I on video? Hi. Hey guys, look at me. Oh, this is amazing.
My mom has mini
Oh,
schnauzer.
okay, that's enough, little Hilo. So, Hilo, our dog, he was named after the Battlestar Galactica character Hilo.
That's amazing.
So,
Probably, well, I can't say, but one of my favorite characters. Definitely one of my favorite characters for Battlestar Galactica.
yeah, he was probably one of the only kind of all-out good guys. You know,
I think that's why I liked him.
yeah, I agree.
So have you, since we last talked, found any new, interesting, hilarious glitches or bugs?
Oh gosh.
Every day?
Every day?
Yeah, every day. Some of the players will come up with some good ones. Someone I think found, and I think this was either in a mod or I don't remember all the details, but I think someone found an infinitely replicating fragmentation missile. The players
Oh my
will,
God.
yeah. Players in the comments will tell us. Shrike will tell us.
They
What
call
was
it the base explosion? So like Michael
Yeah,
Bay explosion?
It was something where a fragmentation missile would explode, and each of the fragments would itself create another explosion that would create more fragments, and it just the number of fragments.
Good way to clear the
But
levels.
he's like, I'll explain it. No, don't explain it. It just explodes. If only somebody got a gif of it.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. They're reminding me. Yeah, if you save the game in the middle of the explosion and then reload,
Oh, that's how it keeps
each
exploding.
of the pieces somehow ended up being like the full missile over again, and then you just like rinse and repeat.
So, I'm not sure because I haven't played like later on yet, but are you ever able to like pilot capital ships?
No, that's one thing I haven't added yet. What you do get, and I don't know if we'll get that for this episode, but you do get to lead a fleet, so you lead other ships and get to command them. There are mods that let you fly
if you mod.
capital ships,
Yeah.
but I haven't done it in vanilla yet.
Okay. Interesting.
So the nice thing about this trading post that you're on, that you were just on, since I'm a little delayed, is it's the equivalent of the NetHack wish command. You basically can. There's a place where you can essentially order whatever you want. You just type in what you want, and they'll deliver it to you. With the same kind of limitation the NetHack has. Like there are a lot of things you really can't wish for. But this is one of those cases where if there's something you're missing that you want, you can order it. So, for instance, I don't know what I think maybe the players can maybe suggest something good to wish for.
What should I wish for, guys? So tempted to ask for the base explosion missile launcher.
Is there a BFG 9000?
BF.
I believe I fixed that bug, so I don't think it'll be a problem. Can you wish for? Let's see. What's a good weapon that would be great? Maybe.
We've got a little money too.
Yeah, you should have a. BFG.
Had to try. Had to try. A sphere.
A long shoe sphere for enhancing?
Of all the things that could be trending on Twitter right now, Star Trek is one of them.
Well,
That's
it's
why.
George just said that the.
Look, yeah, try a high-speed loader.
Okay,
High-speed.
we'll take one of those.
Whose photo's on the side of that?
Hmm? Oh, the photo on the side.
Luxury.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, it's it's a billboard. Okay.
Preview. Preview for the new Star Trek came out. That's why.
Oh. Interesting.
I have to order it once my order comes in. That's my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. So this will, it'll basically, it'll send a freighter from the nearest Stargate with your order and deliver it to the station. And when the freighter arrives, that's when you can pick up your order.
Cool. I didn't know you had a baby elephant.
Your dog just chewing on some random mouse in the background.
Let's go back to that Iraq fortress and get our butts kicked. Oops. Just about missing kicked.
So is this a treat for your longtime fans to be able to
Interact with you.
interact, or do you do that on a regular basis?
I have been doing it a little bit, not with live video, but just a Twitch session. So I've been doing a Twitch session every week where I basically just try to play the game, and I've been just going through the game, and it's been great because obviously I don't play the game as much as my players.
Yeah.
So I'm terrible at it. And not just at the hand-eye coordination, which you would expect, but there's a ton of stuff that I've just forgotten in terms of, well, wait, what does that weapon do? And wait, what am I supposed to do with this? That kind of stuff.
You're not alone. The developers from Legend of Dungeon haven't even beat their game yet.
Well, Calvin beat the game once, and Alex never did.
Oh, okay.
Neither of them have ever beat the impossible mode naturally.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Is your game just a keyboard, or does it have controller support?
I would want.
No, not yet. Although that's probably the number 1 or number 2 requested feature on Steam. So that's one thing that I am working on is controller support.
Crazy.
Because I think that would be great. I mean, I'll have to figure out how to map all the buttons, because there's a lot of keys. But
Yeah.
I think I can do it. I mean, there's plenty of buttons in those controllers.
It'll just be like me with stuff like
What am I doing?
Grand Theft Auto 5. I actually switch between my controller and keyboard just because.
Just
Yeah.
because you're weird.
Just because your face.
Yeah, just because you're weird.
Yeah, the other thing that people request a lot is mouse control, which I'm going to try. I don't think it's going to be as good as people think it is. But I'll try it out and see.
Are they
see if I can get
asking it for like aiming purposes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think they think they'll be able to point at a ship and then your ship will just turn and aim. But I don't think I think the game is too fast for that. I think by the time you point, your target has already moved. But I don't know. Who knows? I'll try it out and see how it works.
Tablet support. Huh. So I have the Longsu sphere. How do I use said sphere?
Don't sell it.
Don't tell.
That's how you
Yeah.
use it. Just don't.
Undock it out of this, and just hit the U key. U for use.
Oh, I see. It's a sphere like that. I have to deal with the capital ship first, but then we will. Alright.
And so the thing with the Longshu sphere, it's kind of an energy shield, an energy thing, and it enhances your weapons, or at least the energy weapons. So I think if you're going to enhance it, this one might be good for the for your particle, for your omnidirectional particle. It'll enhance it. Later on, there's there's a weapon that basically only charges with Longshu spheres. It's a fairly powerful. Well, it should be a fairly powerful weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, long two spheres are antimatter batteries.
Cool.
Neat.
Yeah, so now you gotta.
Delicious.
How many items are in the game, do you think? How many thousands of items are in the game?
Maybe not thousands, but it's definitely 300 or 400.
Wow.
It's at least 300 or 400 items, possibly more. Actually, I might be able to find out. I'll do my little. I can ask my program here.
Also, with
600,
oh,
606 items, 200 ship classes, and 340 station types.
Wow.
So
And
yeah.
How many unique assets, like animation or picture drawings, do you have?
Not as many. Certainly not that many. For items, very few. For ships, it's got to be over 100. And it's mostly ships that are kind of have the unique things. But it's over 100 different ship images, and probably another 100 station images.
Falling into this mess.
Animation.
Oh, another one of you.
detective!
Oh god, I gotta get out of here.
Fly away. Omnidirectional Tev9 blaster. Oh, that's just you changing your
Yeah.
thingamajug.
Yeah. Oh man, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, those guys can go pretty. They're pretty deadly.
Yeah, and they're fast too. So, shields down.
Goal for 2016: over 500 unique salmon types and images.
Just don't get me in the front.
Apparently, people like their salmon in this game.
I think there's 2 or 3 different types of salmon in the game. It's mostly either commodities that you can trade. There's like Atlantic salmon, which is very expensive. There's like salmonite, which is kind of artificial salmon. There might be one other type, I don't remember. I'm glad people remember.
People love their salmon, I guess.
Yeah, the slavers are pretty tough. It's just because they fire so much.
Yeah. Ooh, you're not kidding.
Yeah, so you're pretty almost dead.
Yep. We gotta find somewhere
So
that
it
we
seems
can
like
actually
some of the
repair.
items in this game have acquired meme status for the players.
The community.
For the community. And that's kind of neat.
I think it is pretty cool. Microsaurs. These kind of pet miniature dinosaurs. It's just a kind of throwaway little commodity item that you can trade. But like anything else, I think people have put all these backstories and interesting things about it. So, which I think is great. That's one of the things I love about the community and about the game.
Well, you got kind of beat there.
I was already low. It's because I'm in another backwater station.
Oh no! Oh no!
The dry dock will help you.
The which side?
There's like a dry dock somewhere in here that'll help you.
That's what I'm at.
Oh yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
If not, they may not. So one thing about armor is, and I think this is kind of a problem with the game, but it won't fix your armor if it's damaged below a certain point, like 25% or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So some of them I think can't repair it. Here you may not be able to. I'm looking. I don't see anything here that would repair it.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll deal with it as I need to deal with it. That's
Big
cool.
fluffy microsaurs dancing on rainbows.
Nice. Okay. Just means that we're gonna have to spend a little money on that. Do we have 2 segments of really crappy armor? Oh God, is it crappy armor?
Somebody says get a patcher arm.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
yeah.
But...
If you can find the patcher arm, armor repair kits, anything like that. So yeah, go to some station. I don't know if there are any here, but if you can find something that'll repair it, that'll be good.
A lot of this part of a lot of this level is black market, and they don't want to have anything to do with me. 'Cause they're mean.
You need to get part of the black market. You need a black market ID, and to do that, a hotel is the secret is hotels, but I don't think you found the hotel yet.
Oh, I've seen a hotel in my game though. I understand.
Space hotel.
Yeah, go to the trading post and see if you can buy something. They probably have armor repair kits and or something like that.
They've got armor.
Most of it's not very good. Oh well, most of it's not that great. There's
armor repair kits.
Yeah, buy those, and they're cheap, and that should help. Another NetHack thing which I do like is you notice a bunch of these, they don't really tell you what they are. It's just like it'll say, an auton with yellow markings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in NetHack where you kind of have to use it to figure out what it is, and most of the time it's okay, but once in a while it's something bad.
Ships are like onions, many layers, and smell. So what was the hardest thing to overcome when in the recent times with building the game?
That's a good question. A lot of it, I think, I'll tell you, a lot of my problems right now are more about time management than technical or creative. I find, one part of the game I try to fix one part of the game, and I end up spending way more time trying to make that piece better than I really should have spent. So, like things like the shadows on the asteroids that you can see, in this game, took me forever to do. I thought it was going to be a really, really simple thing, but I went in there and, it turned out to be actually a lot harder, and just to get it exactly right. I'm doing similar things now where I'm redoing some of the effects for weapons to get them a little bit more interesting. And, again, it's, what I thought was going to be a 1 week piece of work ends up being, a whole month's worth just because I'm trying to get every little detail.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Clearly, the fastest way to discover what it is to cover your ship in it. Just fly through the space goo.
Now you're good. Now, hopefully some of these guys will let you repair it.
Well, I don't think any of them have the technology to repair it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll double check. Go to this dry dock.
By the way, I do like the shadow effects on the planets. That's
right.
That's neat.
Oh, jeez. Oh no, you're right. I'm wrong. Oh, thank God.
Yay!
Thank God.
I love being wrong.
You're saved for now.
Alright, Urok's dead. I still think we'll leave the Sung for last, because they're hard as balls.
Yeah. I'm curious what better weapons. Maybe the players can make suggestions. I think either upgrading, because your howitzer is actually pretty good. Maybe either upgrading that or.
The people in the chat said something about there's a way to make your howitzer upgraded to like end game material. But I forgot what they said. What it was.
I think with high speed loaders, which are items that enhance it, basically, the big weakness of the howitzer is that it takes a while to fire, right? It has a low fire rate. The high-speed loader basically just fixes that.
Lumiere can be deadly too.
Oh yeah,
Both
those are.
flavors are vulnerable to heavy blast weapons and thermonuclear weapons. So, I guess you have to choose your weapon based on the area that you're in.
Well,
That's
you
right.
can have more than one weapon equipped too.
Oh snap!
That's right. But that's kind of part of the game is to as you end up learning which weapons are better against which enemies, you end up switching your weapons to the one that's most effective.
So how has Steam been for you?
It's been great. I mean, it's Steam alone, even now, is probably 10 times my sales than before Steam.
Wow.
Now of course it's I mean, obviously when it first went on Steam, it was just ridiculous, and now of course it's tailed off. But even after it's tailed off, I'm still getting a ton of sales on Steam, and it's what you would expect, right? I mean, it's Steam is great because it just attracts a ton of people, and they're going to Steam to look for games. They're there to buy your game.
Yeah.
Also,
Definitely.
people crave a good spacer.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just you just gotta give them some reason to buy your game, to try it out.
I'm really interested to see what the reaction is going to be when you start adding on, like, your add-ons every year and that kind of stuff. So I'm sure, well, I know most people on Steam aren't expecting, like, oh shit, this game is still a thing, but it's like, I bought this 3 months ago.
I hope it'll be cool because I do think people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do both, right? I'm gonna do a bunch of the upgrades you're just gonna get for free. It's just gonna be part of either the core game or part of whatever thing you already bought on Steam. And then of course there'll be some stuff that's just new expansions. But there'll always be stuff that just comes for free. You already paid your money, you still get new stuff.
Yay.
We have talked to a developer, Merrick Asmussen, with Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball, and he's one of those guys that he adds so much to the game and just keeps adding to it as much as he can to really make it a better experience. And
I think you two would get along because of that, actually.
Yeah, the community
I love that.
Yeah.
appreciated so much to see a game dev actually caring about their game after it's been released.
I remember he was like, I was chatting with him. He's like, yeah, I did a little small update today. I was like, cool, what'd you do? He's like, oh, I ported it to Unity 5 and I redid the lighting on 2 of the levels and the textures and added a new game mode. I was like,
Okay.
That's great.
he had updated the week before too. Like he's nuts.
That's great.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Yeah, I remember when he updated to, I think it was Unity 4.5, and he said that it basically undid his entire lighting system. So he had to spend 8 hours putting it back together.
Mm-hmm. He's always bugging around with his lighting too.
Yeah, well, the lighting is a big part of it, considering it is a disco.
Yeah,
Disco.
I bet.
It's disco.
Wow. That's crazy.
Actually, I think one of the things that kind of pointed me back in your direction was I think I saw on Twitter you posting that you were going to be streaming one day, so I popped in and I was like, oh man, I totally remember this stuff.
Yeah, when do you stream? You said you stream once a week with everybody.
I stream once a week. Yeah, Thursdays 4 p.m. Pacific time. I stream and it's been great. I'm probably 15 episodes in, and I'm almost in the last third of the game. I'm now in what's called the outer realm, which is kind of the last third.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot of fun. It's been so much fun. Twitch and all those things, of course. In 2003, when I did the game, there's no way I could have imagined that something like Twitch would exist.
Yeah.
I think that's another one of those things that I think is great for the indie game communities, to just have all this ability to watch people play and get to try it out.
It's a good opportunity to get in touch with your own community,
Yes.
As well, like there's so many developers that even just code their games on while they stream now.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Hey, see if you can get the Earthslaver to hit the black market station. Maybe you can get a fight going.
Yeah, I almost did, except I hit the black market station,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they came after me. You know, whatever works.
You got it. You almost got him. There you go.
Assume pseudonym says we spend a lot of time yelling at him to do or not to do stuff when he plays. Sometimes he even listens.
It's totally true.
Yeah, it takes a lot to really learn how to focus yourself on both the game and the chat. Even now, I've been a YouTuber since July of 2013 and a streamer since I think like August, late August 2013, and honestly,
Wow.
I still have a problem where I'm playing the game and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a chat going on. And I always have to go back and see what they were saying.
You do have
Yeah.
that issue.
I do have that issue. I get so deeply immersed in the game that it just makes me forget about the world. I'll be like
That's
playing a
it.
game,
That's
then
what-
I'll look out the window and be like, huh, a nuclear holocaust just happened.
That's what
Anyways,
games are
back
great.
to it. Hopefully my skin won't melt off by the time I'm done this.
Nice play on Jim Carrey.
No, he's like, well, would you look at that mushroom cloud? No,
Wait a minute. We've got 2 Stargates.
Oh,
3 technically.
What?
So we've got Galileo and we've got Anaxis. Giant, we have to make a choice.
Which
Oh,
one
go
is
to an axis. Go to an axis. Oh,
Giant, we had our choice made.
choice made?
corporate mission? Did you do a corporate? Did you get paid for your corporate mission?
Yes.
Then go to an axis. You might get an Anton Nasser mission. We'll see.
Lick the left one. Okay.
Go to the Anaxis Stargate and taste the rainbow.
There we go. It's raspberry flavored.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Oh yeah, everybody wants me to go to Anaxis, I see. Alright, we're here.
I have an
Christ.
odd feeling they're going to troll you. That they're trolling you with this.
What?
Well,
People on
I don't
Twitch-
remember. I mean, this. I don't remember if the mission, if you've done all the prerequisites for this particular mission, so you may not get it, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
What? Twitch trolling us? What are the chances? Speaking of Twitch trolling us, well, we're going to be having the developers of Legend of Dungeon on January 4th to play their game that has Twitch controls. And we've played it a couple of times before, and unfortunately...
Aren't we doing Legend of Dungeon Masters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, they have the Twitch controls on their game now, and basically we're just like, okay, maybe we can make it, top 10 for score this time. We need your help, people. And then they send
That
us
doesn't
like
happen.
the biggest, scariest monsters in the first 5
They're
minutes.
they're helping.
Yeah, and then some people are like, oh, you need help? Okay, we're gonna kill you faster.
Well, just don't die.
Just don't get hit.
Just don't take damage.
Yeah,
Yeah. How hard?
That's
How
the thing
hard?
you got to do.
you run forward, hit, and then walk
I
away.
mean, how hard is that?
Yeah, I know.
Dead. Okay, that's fine. Oh, with raised monkeys.
Start on the Nexus. Did you make up all these names yourself, or did you have help from the community?
Mostly I made them up myself. There's some names like of gladiators and others that I actually took from community people names, from screen names. But most of the star systems, I'm pretty sure I came up with myself.
Did you use like anagrams, or did you? How did you figure those out?
It's random. So I tried, like, it's different by section, right? So in the earlier sections, it's a lot of the kind of near stars, meaning stars that are close to Earth. So there'll be there's Centauri, there's Rigel, that kind of stuff. And then where you're at now, I think it's just kind of a weird mishmash, and they start being either Chinese inspired or sometimes just kind of random made up. But kind of my thinking was always that as humans kind of got further and further away from Earth, you just get different and stranger names.
Interesting.
So that's kind of the guide that I followed.
Yeah, I guess you could have taken sort of the easy way out and just gone with like how astronauts currently name their planets, just like NGC 3857 or something like
That wouldn't be memorable.
Yeah, exactly.
In our Thursday tabletop, I play a starship captain, but I'm a smuggler, so I can't exactly tell people who I am when I'm coming in. So I'll mask the name of my ship and myself, and I always give these ridiculous names. I've had a couple people ask me, like, how are you coming up with these names? Like, where do these names come from? Because they're quite elaborate. And I've got a list that I always have open up of historical porn stars.
That's awesome.
If anybody ever looks it up, I mean, it'll be a fun little surprise for them.
That's awesome.
How you get inspired.
I don't do porn stars, but like it's easy to find like lists of politicians or generals or whatever online.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, kind of just sometimes mix and match names. The first name from this and the last name from that, or stuff like that.
Or a lot of the old porn star names, alliteration.
I have no idea.
Like, initials like AA or something like that.
No. No. Well, don't you know? Don't you listen to our show?
Corporal Debbie Dooms.
Are you there for our show the whole time?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Admiral Wendy Whoppers.
Oh yeah, we've had some amazing ones.
First
to the
class.
point that our storyteller, like, when we go and land somewhere, he won't even pretend to be the people at the docking system anymore. They're just like, yeah, you land on the planet. I'm like, didn't we have to hail for docking? He's like, no, you didn't. You just landed on the planet.
That's hilarious.
First classman Tom Hung.
Ooh, I'm getting a lot of gems.
So one of the gems is pretty useful, and the other gem is probably not as useful.
So we've got a silver, two clear and one silver. Sweet. So, if you don't mind, like, what do the clear and silver gems do?
I don't know which is which because it's randomized.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, but one of them, well, you'll see if you try it. But one of them basically teleports you, and one of them stops time, and that can be pretty helpful.
That's so cool.
How long does it stop time for?
Not very long.
Uh-huh. That's your life now.
But sometimes it's exactly what you need.
Yeah, you're done.
It's the Futurama finale.
Futurama finale. You just traverse the universe with frozen in time.
Yep. That's really cool, though. That's a neat effect.
Yeah, there you go.
One thing I want to touch on that I know... Oh, God. Oh, that's... Okay, one's dead. Son of a bitch. So one thing that we have is the powers. I know I've got... to invoke powers, I have sustain. What is that? Or could... Oh, jeez. I could be dead here.
Oh, jeez.
Huh. 10...
Elysium system.
Whatever. Yeah, anyway, so, sorry. Invoking powers.
Yeah. So invoking powers. This is the main plot of the game is of course that you're kind of called by Domina, this god of some sort that you don't quite understand, and she kind of gives you a lot of these powers. She talks to you. She kind of forces you to go to the core. The powers are basically just ways that she can help you to do whatever it is that she's trying to get you to do, which you don't even know yet. So the powers you get, basically, you start out with just sustain, which is basically just a simple kind of defend. But as you get closer and closer to her, and as you sorry, that's my dog.
It's all good. It's all good.
Sacrifice things to to various altars. Again, very similar to NetHack. You get to kind of gain more powers.
Oh, okay.
So this system that you're in now, yeah, this is the one that's not terribly helpful. But if you just keep on, kind of looping around the way you're doing, you'll see all these stargates that just eventually end up back to different parts of the galaxy, or human space, anyways.
And we came from Sanctuary, which was the very last one that I revealed, of course. But I can actually show that because we'll stop here.
Yeah. So from here you can get pretty much anywhere.
Anyway, we'll go back to Stargate here, or Sanctuary.
Yeah, go back to Sanctuary and then see if you can make your way back to an Axis. But that was probably the right thing to do because you were dying.
Yeah.
So
I was going to be done.
I thought you were dead.
that was the right thing to do.
Mother one trick up my sleeve, sir.
Sound like you're about to rap. Are you the next Bubba Sparks?
Yeah, I'm the next Bubba Sparks.
Booty, 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 rocking everywhere.
Wow.
Where'd the music go? It got so quiet.
Right?
What happened?
Oh,
Time stopped for sure. Oh wait, no, that's what you're doing. Shh, just
having
enjoy.
a quiet nap time.
Yeah. This is the Average Giant's nap time, so
Good night, everybody.
at 51 HP, a despair teleport is a great tactic.
They came after me. Jackasses.
Where's the next Stargate? I forgot.
Oh, they're still coming after me. Fine, bring it on, you little turd burglars. Alright, there we go. I'm just kind of going through here, and because I've been to a lot of these already.
Yeah, I'd go forward. I think. Check your galactic map. See where you are. I think you want to get back to an Axis.
Oh shoot! Oh, there we go. Oh, I did want to go to Jamester. So I'm at JL. Oh, an Axis. So I came through the Dominus. I wanted to go to the Dominus. Son of a. I'll turn this damn ship around.
Can you share somewhere?
Probably. I mean, do I want to?
Should you? I mean, you have 51.
Who wants to, right? 51 on my right side.
So if one of those gets down to 0, do you get destroyed?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh yes.
So you just have to avoid getting hit on your right side. Okay.
Well, I have shields, too.
You have the shields. Have
Like-
you got
Yeah.
another gem that might be faster to get back to where you're going?
Yeah, I do, but I'd rather save it for the next time that I'm about to nearly die.
For the next about to die moment.
Because let's be honest, we all know that that's going to happen.
You've done pretty. You haven't died once. Not to jinx it, but
Thank you. Thank you.
It says 0 HP won't kill you.
if you hit it at exactly 0, it won't kill you. But
Yeah.
you almost never hit exactly 0.
Oh, minus 1 HP will kill you.
Yeah, 0 is like you've got duct tape holding it together.
Yeah.
You have white glue and sparkles
Oh, so awesome.
and dreams of a child.
Fuck. I've got to find a repair kit.
Oh yeah. I
Ship
want to.
merchant.
It's a rite of passage of the community to survive a battle with 1 or more segments at 0 HP.
I will keep that in mind.
You're gonna have to pull a Zoolander when fighting things and just keep turning left. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, can't turn that. There. An anti-zoom rifle.
Interesting. My damaged carbide carapaces.
Hmm?
Better.
Hmm.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just have to do what we do.
Yeah, this is the whole thing about it won't repair it if it's below 25% or something.
Mm-hmm. I totally get it.
I actually think it's a mechanic I put in early in the game, and to be honest, now that I've been playing a lot, I don't know if it's a great mechanic,
Oh, I see.
but we'll see.
Supposedly, it's also a rite of passage to piss off the Farians at least once.
Ah, yes.
I don't think I met them yet.
It's yeah, those like orange and green looking things that always fly around.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. What? Come on. Be serious now. Yes, buy them all. So more. See, we're good. We're good. We're good. We dealt with it.
Hmm.
Go away, Anarchus. There. Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
It's
And
only
we'll,
at 121 versus the rest of it?
yeah, because now we can repair because it's
Oh,
not
you
under
just need to-
25%. Except these guys are backwater yokels, so we have to go to
Damn
somewhere
them.
that actually has some technology. I like that too.
Backwater yokels.
One thing that a lot of movies and video games have trouble with, I find, especially when they're doing sci-fi, is in injecting that culture into a game where everything feels like a living, breathing organism. And you do that through a lot of different ways. Like, one of the ways is right there, how there's different technologies for different places that you go. But is that something that you've done consciously, or is that just something that...
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm trying to kind of, have some rationale for, why, what these stations would actually provide. So, a lot of the corporate ones may not be as great on the defense stuff, but they're good at the trading stuff. That kind of stuff. If you go to a fortress, then, they better be good at repairing your ship and selling weapons and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've tried to do that. I frankly want to do even more. I think that's kind of one of my favorite parts of the game world, is try to get that living, breathing world. And I definitely think I can do that even better.
Wait, did the Bushido station just say it can't repair its own armor?
Only because
might-
it was so low. 'Cause that's where I went to actually repair it once I had hit the armor pack.
It might be true. Sometimes you never know. I'm fighting this tension between realism and game balance, and very often I'll do it at different points in time. At one point I for game balance I need to lower some stats or some repair abilities, and then I find that conflicts with kind of the realism or game, content side. So I kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, that's totally fair too. It makes sense with the armor to me, even if there wasn't the armor repair kits. Because with a car, if a car gets too damaged, then it's a write-off. It's shot.
Right.
For game balance, that's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Right.
And slow a
and
lot of things down.
That's exactly where I think it's originally I've had that mechanic because I thought, hey, they can always use an armor repair kit, but I don't know if that's a great mechanic. We'll see. Go find Anton Nasser. He's
Okay.
somewhere. He's probably near the I see him. He's like up by the sun.
Okay, cool, perfect. Because I really don't want to go after that Cyclops Corporation HQ.
No, don't. Although that is where he's gonna go.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, don't go there.
Oh god, they found me.
You're good.
Yeah, no, I think I'm getting away.
that's what Anton is gonna help you with.
Oh, that would be lovely.
So
Thanks.
he will help you with that, because that I think it's hard to take on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
The
likes
only
to
thing about
escape.
Anton,
Oh no, this is where the term Nasser comes from, isn't it?
yes, that's the problem with Anton is his weapons are so powerful that, it's easy for him to kill you by accident. So just stay out of his firing solution.
Let him deal with it.
Oh, looking forward to this. This is gonna be cool.
Well, let's hope, because I don't remember what triggers the mission, and I don't know if you guys have done all the prerequisites to trigger the mission, but let's hope.
Yeah. There we go. Staging platform. Welcome, St. Louis. My name is Anton Nasser, and I presume you know Kate Morgenthau. We've been going over your file, and we think you might be able to help us. A few months ago, we discovered a station that had been infected with some sort of rogue software. Software corrupted the artifacts and started building strange ships that combine familiar elements with more alien races. We call them chimeras. After some investigation, we discovered that the software was created by one of our own, Cyclops Corporation. Oh, that's why on the mini-map it looked horrifying. Cyclops Corporation has its headquarters in this system, and we can already tell that it's infected with the same kind of rogue software that we're investigating. The mission is to help us destroy the chimeras surrounding the headquarters. We've got an assault group standing by to assist. Accept! Great! We'll program the target into your ship's computer. Follow our lead and good luck. Yeah, I'm definitely leading you guys. I'm in the smallest ship here.
Leading you into battle.
Yeah, so everyone in front of me.
Just call me Leonidas.
I'll be in the middle.
Operation Human Shield. Oh.
They're all
This is a
breaking
fun-
off to go kill those other things.
This is a fun mission,
Oh.
or at least for me, because it's fun to see those massive capital ships, like blowing shit up.
Yeah. Oh God. We all got separated.
Hide inside them.
Shit. Oh, one down. Ow. 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 Ow.
Damn it, shields! Damn it! Oh, I think we just lost video.
Really?
Yeah, it's not updating for me, but
Lost video.
that could just be me.
Yes, it's still streaming. I can restart. There we go. You know what? We're gonna go meet up with Anton. He's apparently back here dealing with some of his own stuff. Oh, it's these guys again. Oh my God. Oh, hello.
Hide
Yay!
behind that thing.
Yay!
Oh boy. These guys don't like you for some reason.
Ow, 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 ow. Get on that. Master's other side. Shoot at him, not me! Oh, or just stop shooting. That's better too.
You just like bulldoze him.
Whoa, man. Holy crap. Oh, crap.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh, oh.
Cyclops place. Anton, where are you going, buddy?
He's like, I was gonna go stop for a burger.
Whoa, whoa.
Kinda hungry, didn't have a chance to eat. Low blood sugar.
Anton, help? He's just kind of circling. All around the place. Try
Fly
taking
back.
some-
Fly back into it.
Where's Anton going?
Right?
That dick lied to me!
If I do another one of them. That's what's screwing me. I can go after the Cyclops station all I want, but as long as this guy's on my tail.
Oh, jeez,
He's
yeah,
got
I see
something
what you're
fighting
saying.
him. Oh, you're the first one. And of course, all the missions are going to the headquarters. Son of a bitch!
Oh, jeez.
We almost got him.
One more. and go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see the missiles, unfortunately, are...
We're good. There we go. That's why I was carrying those. What you got? Sweet.
Oh, yeah, you needed that.
Yep. We've got 2 more if I need them to. So, we're not out of this yet. Anton apparently is.
Where the hell is Anton?
He is nearly a full sector away. A little bit more than a full sector away.
I think you just started, like, chasing a paper bag or something.
Yeah. The most beautiful thing in the world.
That is a little buggy.
Sorry, plastic bag.
I don't think there's a... Unless he's chasing something, but I don't see what he's chasing.
No, and I was trying to get close to him to figure out if he was
Oh, but
chasing anything.
Kate got killed. That might... I wonder if... I don't know if that's a bug or what, but it looks like Kate got killed, which is never good.
No. Well, the range HQ. Ha ha!
Oh.
Didn't even need him. Well, I did. You know.
Anton was like, it was a test.
Yeah.
It was a test all along.
He just said meet us at headquarters. By us, I'm not sure what he means, but I can oblige. I'll meet you at headquarters, Anton.
Well, hopefully, I think he's gonna come back.
Nope. Looks
Zoom.
like he's circling.
Should probably clarify that she has insurance if the player encounters her again. Yeah, but she's dead. Zoom. You guys seem really simple there.
How many songs are in the soundtrack?
About a dozen tracks, maybe about 50 minutes, an hour or so. This is something that my brother Michael Tangent, who's been kind of helping on that, has been doing for probably the last 2 years.
Crazy.
Yeah, and he's just super talented composer, and a lot of what he wanted out of the soundtrack was kind of that, space opera, cinematic, thematic soundtrack, and so I think that's the kind of stuff that I think he really did great.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Star Wars, where it's a lot of like orchestral fanfare.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like Star Wars or many others, there are various themes that represent either the player or the various enemies or whatever. There's not enough tracks really to have one per enemy, but there's definitely a lot.
Is the soundtrack available on Steam as well?
Yes. Not sorry, I shouldn't say that. It comes with the game, but it's not available as a separate as CD or something, if that's what you mean.
What research lab? Asked Kate.
Yeah.
Contain the corruption. One of the stations were affected. Contain. This wasn't an accident. Glavin is deliberately infecting stations to try the tech. So I'm skimming over the story because if you want to see the story yourself, play the game.
Yeah.
Which you can grab easily, and the game is so ridiculously worth it. And I know most of the people watching right now are longtime fans, but for the people that are watching this on YouTube, etc., etc.
Yeah, thanks for the plug. Absolutely. I mean, it's a great community, so anyone's absolutely welcome to just come on in. And like I said, try out the game for free. It's no cost.
Yeah. So when is the Anton DLC coming? I want to play as him.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. He's got a great ship. I think it's a pretty cool ship.
I love the engines. They're so ridiculous.
One thing that's fun also in the intro screen. Here's a little Easter egg. In the intro screen, you can hit the exclamation mark and type in the name of a ship, and that'll come up as one of the ships that's on the intro screen. So you can type, exclamation Anton Nasser, and he'll just be in the intro flying around, and you can watch it. It blows things up. So that's all the longtime players, of course, know all that, but any new guys.
That'd be so cool. This must become a mod now. There you go. Inspiration for mod. Plays Anton Nasser.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, what you doing, Anton?
It'll be called the Fly Around and Get Wrecked.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't get too close to Anton.
It's the Miley mod. Because he came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh.
There you go. It looks like he's trying to get to the Stargate, but he can't. Oh,
His maneuverability is just crap. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say his maneuverability. The AI is not very good at driving capital ships.
I'm on your Steam page and I'm looking at the one negative review. I'm gonna smack this kid.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Basically, just he's mad because you can't edit controls.
How many reviews total?
29.
We're in there.
And 28 positive. So
I believe that Transcendence was one of the first reviews that I wrote
Oh, nice.
for the Average Giant Steam page.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you being on the show.
Oh no, it's a lot of fun.
It's like, you can't edit controls that are editing local files? Are you? Expletive me? No mouse at all, not even selecting planets.
Okay. Professionalism.
I'll say this. What is great about Steam is it does, I get to see what people are interested in, what they're not interested in, and so it's one of those, vote by complaining, and so things like, mouse control and controller support. I mean, those are all things that I think people at Steam have asked for. So I'm happy to get that kind of feedback because that's stuff I can fix.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I would just.
Oh damn!
I would just consider. I would be more perceptive to it if it wasn't like somebody just reminds me of somebody going, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
I'm fine with the critique of even if it is negative. As long as it's in a professional manner. But I guess it is Steam after all. So.
I know. You know what Steam is like.
All ages.
Sweet. So I went to a fortress, but they can't help me.
How dare they?
I know.
Should blow them
They
up.
don't have the technology to repair me.
These guys.
Do you have the technology to blow them up?
Probably, but they're a fortress.
You're getting pretty powerful. These guys are starting to get weaker.
Slowly making your way up in the world. Oh, ye.
Exactly, Cordyceps.
So does it feel like you've been playing for an hour and 3/4?
I get lost in this game pretty easy. I don't know why I'm not going towards my mission target. I'm just being obstinate right now.
It's okay. It's all good.
Well, it's like what you were saying when you thought you were only playing for 10 to 15 minutes.
It's really given me a lot more perspective on the ship, actually. Which,
How so?
well, I didn't think much of this ship beforehand, because I like my Wolfen. But playing through this is giving me a different perspective. Seeing about how, you can upgrade ships, a lot of them. This is exactly how I would like to play a ship. Nice and fast and maneuverable with a good amount of offense.
Yeah. the Wolfen will still be faster, but I think this is more precise. The turning a little bit more precise. It's a little bit easier to aim. The Wolfen is fast. I mean, it definitely outruns this one, but it's a little harder to aim. You really have to be good, or
Good
at
on
least
the stick.
I can't do it.
I've been obsessed with a lot of Elite Dangerous lately, so
Oh,
the precision dogfighting, I'm definitely in for. And lo and behold, I fly the fastest offensive ship that I can.
Yep. What I think I remember, maybe not. Last time we were on, were we also talking about Star Citizen?
Yes.
About how it's never going to come out?
Yeah.
Has it come out yet?
Nearly 2 years later. Yep.
Actually, they have I've been on a couple of podcasts all about Star Citizen lately, and they have a lot of insiders in the company that are whistleblowing right now. So it might end up in a lawsuit at this point, which just does great things to both the indie scene, the sci-fi scene, and the Kickstarter scene.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty upset. Pretty upset about it. Glad I didn't give them any money.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's super talented guys. It's they gotta deliver something. It always seemed to me like they just bit off more than they could chew. They got all this money, they had this amazing ambition, and it's just so hard. We'll see. I hope they succeed. I really do, because I mean, hey, it's an awesome space game. They can pull it off.
I definitely hope so. Because I'm a big fan of Wing Commander. Like, I grew up on those games, and I'd love to see it do well. I'm enjoying Elite Dangerous more right now.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, we can just do that one again. Okay.
How much did they end up making?
They're like 100 million right now. No, I'd have to double check that. Yeah. Well, that's Shrike just said that they just hit 100 mil.
Wow.
And yet they don't.
Sweet Jiminy Himiny.
They don't have anything to show for it.
They just released like part of the game that was promised like 2 years ago.
Although I did see the value of some of the ships that they were selling, so that's crazy.
It's a cash grab, if you ask me. I mean, we don't have to get into that right now. We've done like 2-hour podcasts on the topic already.
Yes, I mean, I have seen the $8,000 ship you can buy.
Way to not get on the topic.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. Nothing else.
That's amazing.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not this way. Maybe not. Maybe just leave me alone. Nope. Leave me alone.
Just a minor Zerg rush.
Holy fuck.
What are those things?
I don't know. I don't care.
Those electric jellyfish are attacking.
Oh yeah.
No, those are shots.
Those guys can be pretty bad, especially because the blue lightning stuff will stun you.
Oh, good.
If it gets through your shield.
Then I got really lucky.
But on the plus side, if you destroy their stations and their masters, you get to they follow you instead of them.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're not necessarily that great.
That's still neat though.
It is kind of neat to see them.
I'm amazed that you've still got missiles. It had.
Oh shit. You'd think that Windows would do something about that after...
No, you can turn it off if you want.
All of nobody ever does that. Who does that?
The shift.
Yeah, sticky keys.
The shift lock or whatever it is?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to turn it off. I wish there were a way, I'm sure there isn't, that I could turn it off for the game while the game is running, but I'm sure that doesn't work.
Yeah, right? Ooh, nice. See, I want to blow him up. I'm just going in dock real nice and easy. No. No. Get away from me, you tadpoles.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're getting attacked by a school of fish.
That,
Yes!
That's totally kind of the flavor I wanted, right? Because they kind of form into little schools.
We follow the strong! And then they killed themselves. Now there are 2 left.
So they're dodo fish.
Get them, my minions! Amazing.
Yeah, the other thing people will complain about is that they follow you, but they like always end up in your line of fire.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like how they're using their thrusters kind of like.
Oh, we blew that up.
Hey, what do we do over here? Hey, we gonna go and do this? Hey, what are you doing right here? I think I'm just gonna go right here. Oh God.
I've made a horrible mistake.
Do you guys have anything better to do? No, what are we doing here? I was just gonna hang out with you. It looks like it's gonna be some fun.
Use Gem of Contrition.
You gotta do the voiceover for this.
You have no idea how many times I hear that.
And we actually... Ooh, look at him go. We actually... we are in our first game of voice acting.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, it just launched. And we have teeny tiny little tiny parts.
It'll be bigger next.
Yeah, but Celestial Tier Demon's Revenge, we're actually in it, which is kind of
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still haven't heard your updated talking.
Are you playing the game?
No, I don't even own it.
Oh. Oh my god, there's way too many temples!
Oh,
Wait, if I blow one up... Yes! And I'll bolster my forces.
And now they all shoot themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Enough so that I can go and blow more up and rout their forces.
You can do it.
The Minnow Strike Force.
Yes.
Actually, I could just imagine them like the seagulls. Mine.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's more. There's more.
The Dwarg Master shooting the lightning cannon, that's
Yeah.
or an EMP cannon type thing. That's the one you gotta kill.
Sweet. Oh, that was cool. What a neat... I like being able to use, like, strategy like that. That was interesting. I only have 1 minnow out of that entire swarm. But
They killed each other, but that's
Yep.
okay.
I'm alive.
Where are we going today, boss? Shut up!
Oh, another one. Yay! I guess he
There
finished
are
chasing somebody.
so these dwarves, just the little tiny ones, but there are other stations that have or they're also like higher level dwarg that'll follow you.
Oh, cool.
That are like these big bruisers called behemoths. You can do the same thing to them, and they'll follow you. Those will last a little bit longer.
I just like I like that I blew one of them up and then like all the forces just split into like it was like watching, what's it called when grasshoppers turn into locusts. There's like a tornado of them. That's what it reminded me of, which is kind of cool. Death Drug Cartel Outpost.
Death drug?
Death's a drug.
Apparently, they weren't even trying to be,
It's time for them to OD on their own drug.
the guy that started following you. Grrr! Yeah,
Oh,
in the future, the drug cartels aren't even inconspicuous. They're like, we're gonna fucking kill you, so whatever.
Yeah.
We're the death druggers.
I like how much fuel I have in this ship, too. It's kind of blowing my mind how little I have to refuel.
Yeah, you've got I set it up with a pretty big honkin' reactor.
Yeah, I thank you.
And because it's in the early game, you do deal with fuel a lot. Later in the game, it gets a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. The death drug cartels make illegal cancer treatments?
It's true.
The whole world's upside down right now.
It's totally true. Death drugs, what are cancer drugs? Cancer drugs are things that cure cancer. Death drugs are actually these essentially generic drugs that cure most forms of death. It just kind of just cures out a lot of things, and but of course they're like super expensive. So these guys just have kind of black market death drugs.
Cloning. I mean insurance. I didn't say
That's
cloning.
right. That's right. That's exactly right.
That's so cool. I will definitely take some insurance.
Try it out.
Go die.
Try it out. It's fairly. I mean, you do die, but they resurrect you.
Yeah, sure. I just need to find somewhere that I can die.
Find a place to die? We have 2 minutes.
That'll be a fun way to end the stream.
Yeah, just drop your shields and go fight something.
Crash
They
into
might
the
have
sun.
killed everything.
Crash into the sun.
I may have killed most things. If not everything. Thor's wondrous devices? Sorry, we have to go check that out. Thor, I don't even know if he's in chat. If he is, he has wondrous devices. Oh my god, cat. The cat's going into heat, can you tell?
There's a dog on one side and a cat and heat on the other.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you only did it once in the last 2 hours.
That's because I had Whisper take her upstairs.
No, Thor's not here.
I don't know if he has any good stuff, but field crystals and crap like that. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
You should put in a command for fly into the sun.
You can self-destruct.
Oh yeah.
Self-destruct will also trigger insurance.
Whoop. I've invoked the powers of Domino. Okay, go for it. Haha, oh. Yeah, na 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 na. Do 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 do. Ow. Come on, guys.
What are you doing? It's kind of tickles. Stop
Yeah,
it.
jeez, guys.
Find a focus to fight.
Oh yeah, those are pretty deadly.
Yes, we know.
You'll survive, Cat. However, this guy won't. But man, is it slow. Your ship is too powerful.
I see your armor ticking down.
Pump breach is apparently imminent.
3-0.
Ooh.
Bam. Destroyed by Sung Defense.
Bloop. Neat. Insurance claim processed. Have a better one. That's amazing. And then can you go buy insurance again?
Yeah, but your premiums go up.
It's a good thing you were only mostly dead.
That's amazing.
That's right, mostly dead.
Yeah, I mean, I apparently I have true love.
True love.
That's so cool. Well, I want to say thanks, George. That's all the time we have for today, but it was a lot of fun checking out like the later game stuff for sure. I can't wait to get there on my own playthrough, which episode 2 goes live tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, funny
That's great.
timing.
10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yes, 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Beautiful. Oh, that's great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. But I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. It's always a pleasure having you on here.
Yeah, sorry it took us so long to get you back on.
Yeah.
Oh no, hey, it's worth it, worth the wait, because this is great. I love that how we talk about all this stuff. So it's great. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, totally. It's our pleasure. And we'll try and make sure that it isn't so late next time.
Oh,
We'd
that's
love
cool.
to have you back, obviously.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I definitely want to thank my players who are here. They it's always fun to have them participate in these kind of events. So I'm really happy they're here.
Also, we'd like to thank them for hanging out with us for the last
Yeah,
2
totally.
hours and adding some fun chat commentary.
And I guess that's going to be it for us tonight, guys. So I just want to say, again, thanks, George. And It's awesome having you on the show. If you guys have any indie games that you want to see us playing, then let us know. You can go down below and join our Steam group. It's a good place to suggest it. You can also hit us up on Twitter. There's 100 million different ways to get in touch with us. And if you are an indie game developer, get in touch with us the same way, because I'm sure we'd love to have your game on our show. But yeah, I guess until next time, Giant, much love, and we'll see y'all soon.
See you tomorrow.